fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Seriously.
Yes.
Go,
Dr. Hughes back on a Thursday. Shut up, Kevin. Yeah, we're getting back to it, folks. I've had a Dirty Jersey Rat on the last 2 times. Famous Dabbleverse Clipper. We have another celebrity dabbler, author.
Another Dirty Jersey Rat.
You're another Dirty Jersey? Man,
yeah, I'm a Dirty Jersey Rat.
Well, he's none other than...
He is none other than...
James T. Grindle tonight. Mm-hmm. He's in. Are you in the Illuminati?
I can't verify that.
No, it's not true. We are live. Yep. They'll find you.
I can't confirm it though. I like your look, sir.
My look?
Yeah, your look, all of it.
No Diddy, right?
Your hat, the glasses, the background, the shirt, the skin, the face, all of it. I like it. I also have a dolly on my microphone.
See? Remember these? These were the thumb wrestlers.
I do.
They make out sometimes. I've had some videos in the past where they get it on, all the Hogans. I got a medium-sized Hogan in the background. Yep.
Well, now, I'm not a big fan of the wrestlers making out part, but that's kind of what kept me away from wrestling a bit. I know a little bit about 80s, but otherwise, my stepfather used to watch a lot of it in his tighty-whitey underpants, and I'm not gonna lie, his name was Flavio. If that's your real name in real life, that would blow my mind because you look similar to him. I'm not kidding. Flavio.
Oh, okay.
Flavio. Now, I hope you don't think this is an offense, but just because I've spoken of this in the past about Flavio, and I've already said I think you look lovely, but and I also think Mr. Bean looks lovely. You have a Bean-esque look. So did Flavio, my stepfather.
And you wore tighty whities, and you liked that.
So, no, I didn't like it. That was the point. But I want everyone out there to imagine you in tighty whities chasing me around. I'm a young Jim Grindle chasing me around the living room during wrestling matches while the Hulkster and the Undertaker are duking it out. Yeah. Flavio was trying to wrestle me in his tighty whities.
That's what I call them on the show for years. They're underwear wrestlers to me. It's not gear. It's not my trunks. That's underwear, bro. Randy Orton, you're an underwear wrestler. CM Punk, you're like 80 years old now, and you're an underwear wrestler still. Ric Flair, same deal. You know, all these guys, underwear wrestlers. That I like tight wrestlers. HBK, who blocks me on X, Chris Jericho. You know, I like the blondes, I guess. That's my type, Jim Grindle. I'm your type.
The Nordic.
Yes. Yep. Rock star like those guys were rock stars back. Well, I mean, Chris Jericho is technically, literally a rock star. So shout out to you, Chris. Don't block me like HBK does. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Well, I do wish I knew more about the professional wrestling. I was a wrestler myself, but not that kind, the real kind.
Oh, you were an earmuff wrestler. That's what I call them.
You know, I think I was the gayer kind of wrestler. You know, it literally starts with, okay, mount this man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, in tights, you know?
Yeah, and those little onesies and stuff. And
You ever butt drag anybody? You know about the butt drag?
Oh, I do. No, I haven't. I haven't. My father was a national wrestling champion, forced me into it, but this guy's kind of in our way. Gotta put him away. But it didn't. I wrestled a lot, but it always ended badly. You know what I mean? When people would do the arm bar, I would lose it, and especially if they made me bleed. Dirty Jersey. My last wrestling match was in Passaic, New Jersey. And I was removed by the police off the mat because the guy armbarred me, made me bleed, and then I went a little silly. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Passaic, New Jersey. Everyone in the wrestling team's in the gang, and you know you're gonna allow someone to intentionally harm you. And it was a racial thing. It was because I was the one white, even though I'm Italian, not white at all.
Yeah, I don't consider Italians white. That's why when many Italians, especially in my area of Boston, Massachusetts, it's kind of like baked into the system here. Not saying all, of course, especially.
I honestly can't tell if you're Italian or Latino of some sort. Like,
yeah, I've been. Yeah,
that's how it is. I look white, red, but I'm way different colored in the real world. This is just a shitty camera.
You mean you're not like Pinky?
No, not. I do look very pink.
You're a little bit of a shade of baloney tonight.
Yeah. This is true. I don't like it, but hey, whatever. And my beard's not as white either.
Yeah.
In the real world.
In the wrong light, I look weird as well. And that's the thing. I've grown up my whole life. I'm not dark enough for some people. I'm too light for some people. You understand? It's all ridiculousness.
Oh, I understand.
I'm not offended by anything because I live in reality. I'm not living through these, you look like this, so you mean you're like that. I know Chinese guys that are white, like California white, if you know what I'm saying, like bros and stuff like this. Like, so it's like all these shells everybody has is completely meaningless until you start really digging into what's going on here. That's how I see the world, very philosophically, on my pro wrestling comedy show. I
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, speaking of Italians, because you said, I don't remember what the fuck you said actually that made me think this before. I'm very tired today, but it reminded me of when I learned that Italians were not white. Oh yeah, you said something about in between. They weren't white or dark, not dark enough. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I had a boss when I moved to Oklahoma, and the first thing he says, "Oh, you use an Italian? That's one step between an Indian and a black boy." And I was like, "Okay, all right, I'm ethnic now. All right, I've got to struggle."
Yep. Listen, I know the plight of all men and ladies, technically, but they really got the world by the balls right now. That in my estimation, as of late, like if you're a lady, man, I would be running the country probably if I was a lady at this point. That's how I feel about it.
You'd be in the coven.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not eating babies though. Not into that so much with the John Cena's. It's always been my thing for years. John Cena. I've been alluding that he's in the Illuminati. He might partake in baby meat and things. He's very creepy at times and very businesslike on the outside, but you never know. But he retired, so I'm letting it go. I said I'd drop it after he retired. So,
but doesn't that almost make you it makes it kind of fashionable or acceptable? Like if John Cena were at a table on a baby, seems more dignified and more human of an action.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He wouldn't let Nikki Bella cook in his kitchen. He was so upset about that. He had all kinds of rules. Did you know about this?
I didn't. Is she a female wrestler?
She is. Nikki Bella, very famous. She was dating John Cena at the time years ago. They had a reality show based around all these people. I never really watched it, but I did hear about some clips. So I went back and then here's some of his rules. I mean, he's being goofed on here, but no, so let's just assume this is really John Cena.
A lot of people violate rule number 40 of John Cena's house rules in the living room by forgetting to use drink coasters.
You see, very robotic, very corporate, even at home. Don't cook in my kitchen.
I mean, look, that's how I was on every holiday. And I'm also, I've given up the war, but if I had my way, coasters would be law.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Especially in John Cena's house, where when he has the baby eaters over and they're like looking at his tables and it has all the watermarks on it and shit, they probably look at him like, bro, you can't even manage your kitchen table with Nikki Bella.
We flew in the world's greatest baby cooking chef and served you up a delicacy, and this is the table you want us to eat it on.
We're laughing like all of Trump's guys that stand behind him. You see that in the news every time this stuff is brought up. They think it's hilarious.
They do. This Lutnick character disgusts me. Now I voted. Look. I worked for the Democrats for probably over a decade. I voted for Trump twice, lost once, won once, and I was disappointed both times. Yeah, I should write that down. That's actually a pretty decent joke. I'm serious. There's something there.
That's close
true.
to like when I was talking to Dirty Jersey about, how it was very confusing to me that there were trans women that date women. That's almost like what it sounds like what you're doing. You're Democrat twice, voted for Trump twice, didn't like either one. But in my view, Trump is a Democrat.
Well, no, I was upset that he lost, and now I'm upset that he won because.
Oh, okay. Now I got it.
First time I feel it was real, and work 10 years with the Democrats, and you'll certainly not be a Democrat anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
I used to have a show called The Conspiracy Show with no name, and I would talk about just anything I wanted to talk about. Right? Everybody just thought I was nuts with the flat Earth stuff. I don't care. I'll talk about it, and I find it all interesting. And come to find out, much of it is true. I stopped voting in 2004 when I figured out that John Kerry and W. Bush went to the same college and were in the same fraternity. It's a small world, ain't it? Anybody can be president, Jim, right? So that's instantly what I thought. And I went, it snapped me right out of, into reality. And I went, oh. And then I started to do a little more like looking. I'm like, oh, okay, this is family lineage stuff. This is bloodline stuff.
Yeah,
this goes
all families.
This goes pretty fucking deep. And
it was the Adams, the two Adams that did that to me. I was like, how the fuck did the guy and then his son become a president? Like that doesn't make any sense. And then when they're teaching it all in school, I'm like, that don't add up.
None of that. Well, things are adding up to the normies pretty quickly right now. It's just a matter of what's going to come of it. And to me, I don't think anything's going to come of it, of course, except probably bigger wars, bigger distractions to keep everybody from looking behind the Wizard of Oz's curtain there,
I almost want to say we're going to wish for that. I'm of a far less optimistic view of the future. I really don't. I think this stuff, Elon Musk, 14 years at most, and everyone's going to have universal high. They're promising a paradise. Universal high income was the rest of what I was about to say. They're promising a paradise, and it's not going to come. I mean, it's pretty clear the monsters won a long, long time ago. The child eating and child fucking monsters won a long, long time ago. And we've just been living in their world. Now, perhaps that world's about to end. I don't know. Why would they let it get to where it is now?
And they haven't, war gamed this out already with their super AI that we probably don't even know about. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I know what you mean. If
this stuff is true, then the other stuff is probably true, right? And that actually makes more sense. And it's always made sense to me. And then everybody looks at me my whole life and is like, you're crazy. You're doing too many pro wrestling podcasts or something. I'm like, no, I get it. I know works. Trust me.
The real world's not the WWE, man.
Exactly. And it's like, no, but the real world is portraying what the WWE does all the time. It's what it used to do, which is a few people had the secrets and everybody else were marks. And that's what's going on now. And everybody's starting to realize the world is pro wrestling, and a lot of them can't handle it. They want to stay in the matrix. You know what I'm saying?
I do. In the book, I've written two versions of a book that I was writing with Chad Zumach.
No way, you were writing a book with Chad Zumach?
Yes, this is a true story. He says he didn't screw me on it. He just lost interest. Whatever. But it's now called Chad Zumach. Had nothing to do with this book. And then a huge subtitle. I'll spare you from. But in it, I recount a tale of when I was working on the Joe Lieberman campaign, and I make the exact point that it is all works, like wrestling, like the radio beefs, all this shit is a work. And I recount a very specific work I did with Joe Lieberman on the Ned Lamont campaign to get him to go from Democrat to independent. Lieberman wanted to lose to go from Democrat to independent because I worked for like the machine candidates, the DNC picks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we set up a whole big work that got media attention. It was a wacky, surreal thing, and it was even covered in GQ magazine. The article was called "Fear, Loathing, and a Guy in a Banana Suit." And ironically, the Hunter Thompson reference makes a lot of sense when you know that me and my guys were soaked in LSD for this whole campaign. So that's how you end up in a banana suit, on a campaign. But it's all work is the point.
In politics. And this is what, the 2000s, 90s?
All of life is a stage. This 40s? Was, let's see, 2000.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It was 05. It was 05. Because my boy was still alive, and I think he just died after that. So, yeah, because I remember he showed up there. That's how the old brain works.
Mm-hmm. Well, rest in peace to him and everybody. We do it properly here. This isn't a goof. I've done this with Kevin Sullivan, the Prince of Darkness, very famous wrestler, many other famous wrestlers that come on. You're on the same show DDP was on back in the day.
Is that so?
Exactly. So let's do it properly for you, boy, and everybody else out there. Yeah, I mean, sorely missed Kevin Sullivan. He was one of my regulars. He was great. Rest in peace. 5 Hagrum salute. Professional.
The pose I did felt appropriate for it. I saw you doing something like that before.
Oh, yeah, it's the sideways finger points. It's what the NWO and the Click and DX used to do.
I loved the NWO back in the day when Hogan went dark. That was my jam.
And then he was doing, I always want to call it Tropical Thunder or Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in Paradise. Watched the movie, which now they claim there was never a movie. I've looked back into this. They claim there was never a Thunder in Paradise movie. I swore the damn thing was a movie, then became a series, and then had some follow-up movies. What I read now is the series has been compiled into 3 movies.
That's weird. I always thought it was just a series.
I don't know. Could be a Medea effect. Hello.
Yep. Mandela effect. Yep. I used to have a guy on my show way back in the day, just to give you a little update. I've been doing this for some time. I'm no fucking noob rookie at like talking to people on here. I have fans, believe it or not. They are out here somewhere and they'll be watching the replays most likely. But back in the day, 2016 is when I started the show. And I had a guy on that was pretty regular, and he would always talk about the Mandela effect. And he was trying to put it over with me. And he knows I'm open to everything. But that was a tough one because I debunked so many. But the longer this is going on, there are a lot more things that kind of aren't adding up.
I could be full of shit because I might tell you something later that'll make me even seem more full of shit. But I also may give you something to open that back up. I have a very, very specific memory about the Berenstein Bears. And this is what bothers me. Not just, by the way, you can catch a video of Tom Green saying, "That's a big B. What does it mean? Berenstein, Berenstein. It's the Berenstein Bears, Berenstein Bears." And it's just going on, really hitting it hard. And that makes sense to my memory from my past when I was talking about the Berenstein Bears in school. I was like 6, 7 years old, and my teacher shamed me. You don't forget something like this as a child. She stood me in front of the class and gave a lecture on the difference between Steen and Stein. and how the fucking Berensteins came like from Germany, or from they were Jewish and they were persecuted by the Germans who made them change from Steen to fucking Stein. What? That's not a fake memory. That's real. Right. So what's this other shit? What the fuck is this Berenstain Bears shit? That one gets me. Why do I remember what I remember?
The ones that get me with that, I've definitely heard that one, but I was never that connected with. I remember seeing the books all over the place, so it could be either one. I wouldn't remember, but I do.
And I don't remember. I'm saying Berenstein because I'm going with muscle memory, but I literally don't remember Steen or Stein. I just remember being shamed in front of the class and told that story. That's how I learned about Nazis doing that shit. What you were saying,
you know, Luke, I'm your father. Doesn't say that. The what's his name? Tom Hanks in that movie, Forrest Gump. You know, like that line's completely different. Interview with a Vampire. There's a lot of little subtle changes in these like media things that I thought I knew too. But then there have been some I debunked, like the Fresh Prince thing. Supposedly there was a whole added to the theme song that everybody knows, right? Like there was
tell me, because I owned Nightmare on My Street along with my Guns N' Roses album and shit, and like, so I was a fan of him before the show, and I certainly knew every damn word at the time. So let's hear this one.
And there was an extended version. The thing is, I remember this. I used to watch this show, so I watched it. I remember there was a big lead up to it. They made
there definitely is an extended version. I
remember that like almost all week, you know, in the commercials. Oh, tonight you're gonna get the full song tonight, and it was like, you know, it was a gimmick to try to get people to watch the show or whatever, because it was starting to wind down through the years. But yeah, I remember that. And then people are like, look at this extended version. This never existed. And it's like things get edited too. You know, so that's a pretty easy explanation. It's not.
Well, that one's just, they're wrong because it was from the album and everything. They're just wrong. With the Luke, you can explain it. Pop culture telephone. Like we've seen it turned into a punchline on shows. So we might be remembering where we heard it elsewhere. But what was the other one you said? Forrest Gump. I believe I heard that one too. And what is it? Life is like a box of chocolates?
Yeah, it's supposedly life was like a box of chocolates. Not what we all know. Life's a box of chocolates, whatever.
Mama said life is like a box of chocolates.
Nope, was like.
Nah.
Go watch it again. You're gonna go, what is this? That's exactly what I did. And again, I think that might be the pop culture telephone as well. And shout out to Mike Phantom in here every night now. Yeah, you were watching me play games on Kick the other night. So people in Kick streaming all over the place. So, you know, when we see a few people on my viewer screen, it's many, many more than that in my brain anyway.
I believe it. They are watching on the dark web. Hey, by the way, I read both. I don't know if you know Jake Hudson, but I just channeled him right there. Hey, by the way, I read both Forrest Gump books. I've seen the movie a billion times, and I'm not buying it, but that's all I can say.
Oh, don't believe me. Believe Mandela. Quick take before we jump off of this, because another guy that I have on my show regularly from the UK, he believes, and I kind of do too, once they put on that Hickson, whatever the fuck, you know, Atom Smasher over in France or whatever, that's when this Mandela effect started happening, and we may have shifted timelines and all this stuff. Do you give any credence to any of this?
The Large Hadron Collider.
Yes.
Me, I do. I give a lot of credence to that, because that is when things started to change. But
could be the phones too.
Could be the what?
The phones too. Like it was around 2008. Yep.
I don't know. I think it leads more towards a psyop. I'm in the alien camp though, and that's where things get confusing. What are aliens? It's hard to define. It's a very good question. Are they AI?
I don't know. David Icke ain't seeming too crazy to me lately.
And that's the problem. I've never wanted to watch his stuff. And about Flat Earth, that's another thing I just never, ever want to look at. Yet, a part of me says about both of them, now more so David Icke, is this what they want you to think? That this is so ridiculous? Because you know what? Those Flat Earth morons do make some good points. But
yeah, it doesn't have to be flat. That's why when people, I would talk about it on the old conspiracy show and whatever, and people would just come in and hate on me, and that's fine. But also, it's like, you're not. So you mean to tell me you're just going to throw out everything they just taught you what everything's like, and that's 100% fact. Again, it doesn't have to be flat. It doesn't have to be what they say. And that's what I hang on, because when people start lying and do it over and over and over, it's like, why are you doing this?
I think that's the psyop, though. For some reason, they want us, our mind. Maybe that makes our minds more pliable. I don't know.
But most people accept it. So what's the point in getting the minority of weirdos like myself that are like, wait a second, why are they lying so much? And everybody else is like, who cares? That's what it is. You know?
I don't know. I am definitely at a wall with this universe currently. I knew I didn't have it figured out, right? I was always one of those guys who was like, I am wise because I know I'm an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm one of those guys.
I think I figured out enough to survive in it. But now I'm just like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense at all.
Mm-hmm. But you're a pretty creative person. I think creative people in a lot of ways, and it's creative in many different ways, is what I'm saying. Even if you're good at like manipulating money and shit like that, that's pretty creative. These types of people seem to see this a little bit more with a push. I'm not saying anything I'm saying is true, and I never say that. Again, I feel like I'm just asking questions, and when people get angry about it, especially like, that's stupid. Why would you get angry about where you are in the cosmos and having a discussion about it at all? Like, people like really get pissed at me. That's also why I'm like, why are people so like, you just question things and you're like, what the fuck is your problem? What are you, an idiot?
And that leads into, was it McKenna? Somebody, or maybe the Alan Watts said that like humanity has to reach a critical mass of absurdity in order for the new age to be able to sink in, because there still are those people who you can't even question things. They are of one mind, and it takes many minds for what's coming, I think.
Things are going to get fucking crazy soon. I've just been feeling it coming on. Well, let's hope I'm wrong, you know?
No, I hope you're right. Crazy's better than my feeling, which is dead. We're going to die.
Very slowly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's depressing. Anyway.
Maybe quickly.
All right, that's a little better. It makes me feel a little pep in my step now. But tell me about your books, because I've seen on my feed sometimes you'll post about the books you've written, and they're very, very gory, right? Like slasher stuff.
Yeah. I tried to. Yeah. Sorry, I was on mute. My dog ate my headphones, and I'm not a professional enough streamer or regular enough to bother going to get a new pair, but I really need to. I started it like if it were to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Batman Begins, like, because you know how that was supposed to be, Batman was real. This is how long ago I started the series, Meet the Mosleys. And so I wanted to make it as extreme horror as possible, but as grounded and real as possible. Give it the Batman Begins treatment. That was Nolan's Batman, right? Begins?
Yes.
Yeah,
so is the killer a good guy or bad guy?
Oh, they're bad.
Yeah, the whole family, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole family in the woods. Probably 20 of them. I think they all have very distinct personalities. You know, you even got one one kind of gangbanger wannabe character.
Are they like in the mountains, or is this another like a
in the
desert
Pennsylvania
town?
wilds? They're deep in the Pennsylvania wilds, and I wrote them. What is that? 20, 30, maybe 10 years ago? No, it's more than that. 13 years ago. Then I found out somebody stole them. There's some movies called Butchers. And if you watch Butchers, it's exactly Meet the Mosleys book 1 missing material, like with material removed. It's the only changes are omissions.
Wow.
And then they come out with book 2, and there's little similarities, but it's crap. And then like when they did book 3, they really got blatant, and they're using the fonts as well from the logo. And they're like, first you met the butcher, then you met somebody, and now it's time to meet the whatever of them all. And I was like, you go fuck yourself.
And it
so
was
I
Mr.
decided
Beast,
to come
right?
back, write more. Mr. Beast.
He's the most terrifying man ever. I thought he was the final boss in the stuff. No.
he might be still. Time's not out on that.
I'm sorry to interrupt, please.
No, you more horrified me to my soul.
It's a jump scare for sure.
It was. I did watch his Beast games because I think I knew somebody on it. I got stuck. I saw. I was like, "Hey, is that so and so?" And then next thing you know, I watched 8 episodes. It was horrible. I hated
It was. Weren't they? Isn't it just people backstabbing each other over and over for money?
Yeah, but the problem was there wasn't enough of that. I really had hoped it would be cutthroat, but it was very, very kumbaya. Everyone was working together and overcoming. No, fuck off.
Mm-hmm. And
That's not what you sold me, pal.
You mean cutthroat metaphorically, of course, right?
Of course.
Right. I don't know with you, with these writings and things.
But not in Meet the Mosleys. Cutthroat is not all they cut.
Jeez.
That's the least of it. But I was telling you the Pennsylvania Wilds. It's just about book 1 and 2. Book 1, whatever, is about a group of people who go to the Pennsylvania Wilds, and then they meet the Mosleys. It's pretty simple.
They bring them to a picnic, right?
Yeah.
I think that's how it starts.
There is a tea party. There's not. But I think in book 4 there will be.
So I'm guessing, I'm just going to guess, your favorite horror movie of all time is Texas Chainsaw?
I prefer 2 over 1.
No, is that a fact, Jack?
That's a fact, Jack.
Wow. Please explain.
Oh, I mean, 2, that first chainsaw gets you every time. Bill Moseley's Chop Top, which Meet the Mosleys. Bill Moseley, who plays Chop Top, that just burned in my psyche. Like, wow, there can be people like this in the world. This fucking weird. And it turns out, yes, those people exist. So he was pulling it from something real. My favorite horror movie, that's a hard one.
Give me a handful that you love.
Well, Phantasm is always, I like the Child's Play movies. They're great. Even the series Chucky I enjoyed. Don't like what they did to the children in that show, but otherwise, for the Chucky related stuff, I did like. What else? Let's see. Fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. Kind of the basics,
Mm-hmm.
Just the basics. I like hearing people screaming. It makes me sleep.
So you must like Terrifier.
I hated it.
What?
Yeah, but the chick grew on me. But
EFTs.
I thought it was too gratuitous. And I mean, I have a lesbian rape in my book. I mean,
for the Mosleys, you would want it a tamer version of Terrifier, or just maybe not as hokey with it. Like it seems to be.
I feel like you would see what Art the Clown is doing and worse from the Mosleys. But I just felt it seemed okay. You know what? I a long time ago at a horror convention, I bought a VHS of somebody's homemade horror movies, and we took them home, me and my friends, and we put them in, and it was just like piercing nipples and whips and like, but all like it was just some people's S&M sex, like weird ass S&M sex with half a plot, and that's what I got flashbacks of, and I don't really like those kind of people. And I felt Terrifier catered to them a little more than I would choose to.
Mm-hmm. And it's gotten so big that we got WWE wrestlers getting involved in it. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Rhea Ripley over here? She's on the left.
Nope. He's on the left.
What?
You said he is on the left?
No, I said she's on the left.
Okay, thank goodness. Because I said that is a lady, man.
Yeah, she's pretty jacked. I mean, the kids love her.
They're eating fairy bread.
Is that what that is?
That is. It's an Australian treat. It's just bread with butter and sprinkles.
That's fucking gross. Yep. Anyway, she's as big as Hulk Hogan because she's got an amazing ass and thighs. So, you know, and she's totally tatted up and everything. I'm just giving you a breakdown. Now she's with one of my favorite Japanese wrestlers. She's doing all kinds of things like this to her.
This is what I like about wrestling now. This is what I even told the wife. I said, you know, I may start watching wrestling.
They're getting
I
hotter.
get the appeal of sports, but I hate sports. But it'd be nice to just like I could watch fucking ladies in tights do anything. So this sounds fun, you know? So I might get into it one day.
All right. I'm going to wake you up a little bit with this next one. So prepare your heart for this, because this is, to me, possibly the future greatest women's wrestler of all time. Like this is, I mean, I'm not even joking. And this is one of her pictures that I like to play on here to wake the chat up. Let's go, everybody. Like,
just
share,
you know, my heart is no good. I'm 8 coffees in, it's dead. Oh, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, her elbow's a little rough. Her elbow is a little rough.
You can't take the elbow? Is that?
I think that would be a
deal breaker.
Deal breaker. Yep. And also, those butt cheeks might break my jaw.
Yep, she does some crazy stuff in the ring, outside the ring, of course. So one of these days, I'm just gonna keep going to these wrestling shows until she marries me. It's never worked ever in the history of mankind, but it will with me, because Jim.
Why would it work? You're a charming looking fella, but you need more than just showing up. Like, don't you? Are you gonna hold a sign at least?
Yep. Maybe I'll buy one of her shirts. Like I bought a Seth Rollins Vigo Carpathian when he was the Monday Night Messiah. Yep. That's what that is.
Definitely missed that one.
That was a real.
You might know these guys. They used to call. He became the commissioner of a Philadelphia-based, a large underground wrestling, whatever you call it, independent wrestling in Philadelphia. What'd you say?
ECW, CZW.
It wasn't ECW, but the guy, I believe, who was the midget, the tiny person clown.
Oh, Dink.
It was Dink. Okay. The guy was best friends with the commissioner of this thing. The commissioner used to be a wrestler. I was hanging out with them at their wrestling event and ended up becoming good text buddies with the midget guy. And we had made plans to do mushrooms together.
No way.
Yes. But then I believe I didn't pay my phone bill. I was a young man, and I believe I lost that telephone number and lost contact with that small man. But yeah, I have had some fun. I did go to a few large live wrestling events. Been to a JCW one, a private.
Yeah, Juggalos. Yep.
Yeah, they do a private. I like what they're doing now. Like they're actually putting some effort in. Like they're acting it out and shit. I see they've got it going on YouTube. Have you seen that?
I have.
I can only imagine.
You know Vince Russo, right?
Who?
Vince Russo?
No.
He was a big wrestling writer back in the Attitude Era. And, you know, he's been known around the business, worked for WCW as well. He is one of the main guys in JCW at the moment. And that's how I know about him, because it's all about Vince Russo. He's got his own podcast out here and everything. Still won't follow me back after all these years. What, are you better than me?
You can't wipe my ass.
I think I did see him on one of the clips I watched.
Oh, let me find some.
Bro.
There he is, the bro man. He says bro after everything. That's it. How you know it's Vince Russo, because it's bro.
Bro.
I make beats with it, all that
I
stuff.
was about to say,
huh?
I was about to say, you got that straight on a keyboard right there?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of samples around. You want to hear some of them?
Let's hear some of them.
I love black guys.
That's Ambrose saying he loves black guys, who is also, now he's not Dean Ambrose no more. Not no more. He's John Moxley the 13th. You want to see something real scary, Jim?
I do.
You want to see something real scary? Sure about this?
I mean, I know I only told you a little about my books, but yeah, I did.
All right. Here comes Moxley the 13th, folks. Shout out to the sleaze. There he is. He comes back, though. Don't worry.
I forgot to watch it, but that's all right. I did watch it. I was just kidding.
You watched it like this?
Yeah, I did. I saw something else horror related with that Bray Wyatt character, who I only know because I have a friend. He's a well, I guess I could say that for later. He would call me Bray Wyatt because he was racist. He was a black man. I would call him Black Hitler. And that was our back and forth. He'd call me Bray Wyatt. I'd call him Hitler. And I looked at some stuff he was doing, and it looked really cool, actually. So I guess maybe he wasn't insulting me. That guy looked pretty cool. He was doing some real horror content on WWE.
Most of these figures back here are Bray Wyatt. One of my favorites as well.
I don't look like him, right?
Not really. No.
Thank you.
You're just yeah. I mean, you guys are both white guys, kind of.
I'm pink and I have a beard.
Yeah. That's it. That's what it is. The beard and the hair a little bit. Because he had longer hair, and he was into the horror stuff. You know, he had the crazy mask, the Fiend. That was his name. Towards the end, he started off. Well, he was Husky Harris at the beginning, which is just fucking ridiculous. But then he became Bray Wyatt, like a Louisiana swamp cult leader that had some mystical powers at times. And you know, he had a rocking chair and a lamp. Then it morphed into, he turned into a children's show character, but it was like a horror thing, and it worked for me because I've been around horror. I've watched all the craziest shit when I was like in the 80s and all these B movies my father used to watch, and it still creeped me out, the initial one at least, because he's doing a children's show. You hear the children clapping and everything, and then he's like the Fiend though, and he had like a what's his name? The the kid show guy that wore the sweater. Losing my mind. I'm losing my
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. So he was like super nice, and then he would like get real serious in the middle of it, and it was cool. It was just one of the best things ever. And then of course he passes away, fucking like 36 years old or something. Unbelievable stuff. So, yep. Very depressing, this Bray Wyatt talk, because he would be loved by me.
I had no idea. I'm shocked right now. I didn't know this. He's dead?
Yeah, he died just randomly. He took time off from WWE, came back, and when he came back and he started getting his run going, and it was around like WrestleMania season, they put on some weird blacklight gimmick match between him and LA Knight, and then shortly after that, they're like, oh yeah, he passed away. And what's crazy too, Another guy, young like him, that one of the big guys in his cult originally from WWE he's dead too.
Really? Okay, I see. I'm working now.
Oh, I thought you were saying I was
hadn't-
talking too much. I'm like, I am, but
No. I knocked my wire. Yetis have shitty wires, and I guess I need a new mic. That's what I need. I need a brand new mic.
Yeah, you sound better than Dirty Jersey, right? Hint, hint.
Well, I mean, I gotta defend, since he's a dirty Jersey rat, right? I gotta stick up with that hometown pride.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this person. They could be a total terrible person.
Dirty seems like a great guy, and not like the people you write about that are probably Philadelphia Eagles fans or something.
They will be now. I didn't get that far, but they will be. I mean, really, the most personality I do, like, they watch like Pretty Woman and shit.
Yes.
One of them enjoys Burger King. I think it was Burger King. They're also set in an alternate dimension, and everything I write is set in another universe, and I put little Easter eggs, I guess, that will tell you how. Like in the Mosleys, a general is reading a book was written by another general, L.H. Oswald. So like, and that just tells you in that world, Lee Harvey Oswald didn't become a patsy, but instead became, a high-ranking general.
Right.
Little twists and turns.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I mean, even with my wrestling, I'm kind of getting phased out of it. I'm just completely burnt out. Been doing this. I came back. I took 5 years off of podcasting, whatever. I came back, and I've been watching it kind of steady for a year now, and it's just repetitive as fuck. So I like fresh stuff, even if it's loosely based off of anything, because it's just more entertaining that way. Like, there's this whole new Batman series, same thing. Like, everything's different. Batman's not a millionaire, yada yada yada. And NXT.
What is he? How does it start? To tell me. I'm interested in that.
It's pretty big right now. It's the biggest comic book, I think, out of Marvel and DC. Manga's swamping both of them, the Japanese comics, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, the absolute Batman thing, he's basically huge. He's like just massive guy. He's an engineer. He's not like rich, like Bruce Wayne rich. The Joker pops up. All these same characters pop up, but of course they're tweaked or completely different. The Joker's origin story is almost like too long. He's got like a whole comic dedicated to the origin story right now, but eventually it's just too much to talk about. But he's like almost like Venom in his final stage, where it's like this big clown demon thing that chases people on an island, which is kind of relevant for today.
Yeah, right.
And it all deals with like that type of like higher. He's almost the Bruce Wayne, this Joker. So it's just a different take on all of the Batman lore and all this stuff. And like, that's why I love NXT. Is one of my favorite wrestling shows. It's the one that's on TV on Tuesday nights if you have cable or whatever. But the show, it just showcases young people, more talent, people trying to break into WWE in the main roster. So, yep, that's what I'm into. I'm hip. I'm cool. Thank you.
He's hip. He's cool. He's 45.
Yep. And I yeet.
That's a kid's in the hall bit, by the way.
What?
I'm hip. I'm cool. I'm 45 is a kids in the hall bit. That's what I was saying.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well, shit, I got to get into that.
I think it's Kevin McDonald. Why? Are you 45?
I'm getting close.
Oh,
Fucking real close. It's freaking me out.
That's been, I just went through a whole year saying that. I'm hip, I'm cool. And that's why I took a break from podcasting or whatever, because I get on these things and it makes me look at myself and how old I've gotten. And it's a young man's game.
Or is it? I mean, Kevin Brennan's fucking killing it right now. You don't think he's killing it? My leader?
I think he's making money, and that's what it's all about in the end of the day.
Yeah. Yep.
So killing it, sure. But knowing his ambitions, SNL writer, and this isn't a judgment. This is just who I am. I'm constantly critical of myself and of my shortcomings, the things that I have not done. Clearly, you want to be doing more, it seems to me, than just staring at the screen and collecting the dollars. That's like if I go and end up in porn and I never, write a good story. I never make a movie, but I'm behind the camera. I'm making money in the industry of film. It's just a different kind of film, and I feel like that's where Brennan is, and that's awesome. He's doing great at that. I don't personally think that seems to be what he wanted when he started his journey, and that's all. But we don't get what we want.
Devil's advocate, or to just give you a little retort for this in Pinky's honor, my leader, maybe it's because stand-up became so boring for him, and traveling sucks. Like, I don't want to travel anymore. Ever since I got in my 40s, I'm like, I don't want to get in a car or a plane or a bus or anything ever again. Like, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to do any of this stuff. So I get that. Like, he's like, I could just do stand-up at home once a day for a few hours. And sometimes I don't.
And that's brilliant.
Huh?
And that is brilliant for sure.
Yep. So I think that's the reason why I don't feel bad for him at all. Even if he's miserable right now, you fucking do a podcast and you're like number 1, number 2 on Playboard, number 1, right? That's why he's got the foam fingers or something. But
yeah. Oh, I definitely don't feel bad for him. He's certainly winning at the game he has chosen. And it is a big work. Maybe he is getting his creative fulfillment out of it. Maybe he is. Because what he did at Compound when he slammed the door, the whole stuff with Gino, that really launched this era of things. It really, or propelled, I always say launch, but it really pushed this era of things. And maybe that was his whole plan all along. This was the retirement plan.
I love that moment. The screaming the F word all out of breath. It was great. I watched that clip a dozen times just because of that one moment. I mean, if you really wanted to do something to Gino, you would do it. He's not a hit first kind of guy, this Kevin Brennan. What I've noticed through the years, he loves to hold wrists. So if you come at Kevin Brennan, get ready to get your wrists held very tightly. Mm-hmm.
He held me once outside of the Compound Media studio.
He held you?
Yeah. I do believe it was by the wrists. It was a real quick thing. He said, well, first I'll tell you the story I've been saying, and then so what I've been telling everybody is that I don't know if you've seen on Compound Media, he once made fun of me. I was on the last In Hot Water Gino show, and he was complaining. He actually stole Bob Levy's joke. Bob Levy made the joke on In Hot Water. He goes, what do you got, a bunch of house painters from South Jersey on the show? And then Kevin Brennan went and said the same thing. He said it, though, after he said it on Kumia's show live. Levy was a call-in. So between In Hot Water and Kumia is when I encountered him in the hallway, and I had told him a joke. I said, hey, I was talking to your boy Ski Mask and Jim Stansel about some merch for you. And he goes, oh, yeah, what's that? And I'm like, a candle. It's a Jim Norton candle, and then when you burn it and it melts, it becomes a Kevin Brennan candle. And then at that point, well, no, actually, I forgot. I'm telling the real story. Sorry. Then that's when he grabbed me and he pushed me in the thing, and he laughed and he kept walking, and then he went and said that joke on Kumia's show. The version I've been telling people is that he caught me in the hallway and said, hey, do you really paint houses? You want to paint the back of my throat with your cum? And then he threw me against the wall and violently made out with me.
What?
Yeah, that's what actually happened.
It's unbelievable.
Kevin Brennan essayed me.
Fact Jack? Is that Fact Jack here?
That is Jack's facts.
I didn't say it, folks. Allegedly in a boxing ring, YouTube TOS, Kevin Brennan did things Diddy style with He's gonna take us. I'm gonna lose my channel, Jim. I'm gonna lose my fucking channel now.
I assume he enjoyed my Jim Norton candle joke because he mocked me on Kumia's show. If you don't, anybody in the industry knows if you don't want to if you don't like someone, don't give them attention. If you don't like what they said, just ignore them. So if he took offense by that, he would have definitely not made that joke, I feel. So I think it's okay to now say he sexually
in a boxing ring, of course.
In a boxing ring, in Minecraft.
All my guests, my regulars, they love coming on here and saying the R word and saying all kinds of words. And I'm like, whoa. I'm the master of saying the words, but you got to know to not say certain words, right? Nice podcast, stupid. I got a nice podcast and I'm stupid. So I think that the only thing my only problem with him, Jim, sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I know you're my guest, but I'm busy talking. But this Jim Grindle, you touched him inappropriately. Is that what?
This is the sabotage, isn't it? This is the whole setup. This is why you brought me here to bombard me with this guy's allegations. He's been saying these things all over the internet, and I didn't do it.
Well, I
don't remember doing it.
I'm going to stick up for Jim on this one because I can't trust somebody. Nice podcast, stupid. Let me put you back up. The pores chat. You guys are all pores, right? Maybe I got to get monetized. Maybe I'm the head poor, but nice podcast, stupid. Maybe remove the sign or put it somewhere else in your room because you got it right above your head and it says stupid, like right above your head, and it's cut up. I gotta
back him up there. I did notice that it just said stupid. I was gonna make that, but you already came on the show last time with really bad audio, and then I didn't want to call you stupid on top of it. So
you're gonna call people out on bad audio? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
Is my audio terrible? Am I echoing?
It's not terrible. It's not good. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's this mic. It's either this mic or we switched. Actually, I hope we didn't switch to the webcam.
Listen. I'm not even on Playboard. Okay, it doesn't matter right now. Scrooge McDuck will never look me up on Playboard.
Oh my God, we've been
on the webcam the whole goddamn time.
That's what I've been saying. I thought you knew this.
I didn't know.
Now you sound professional like I do.
Great.
Towards the end, how much more time do you have? I don't want to waste anybody's time. I can do things too. You know, I'm also cool and I can wipe my ass and go eat sandwiches and whatever.
I have some more time. I want another coffee because I've not given you. I don't feel like I've given you anything yet. I'm not Asian, but I'm coming here pretending I am.
Don't worry, I'll have you back when next time you're awake and you're taking me serious. I know I'm just another schmuck out here doing a podcast, but I think it's pretty good.
Very serious. This looks very professional. Like I said when we started, I sure wish I put on a nicer jacket.
Put your heels on for this one or something, you know?
Yeah.
The nice underwears, not the ones where I look like your father-in-law or stepfather. And
my stepfather, Flavio.
That's how we let out with this. Oh my God. By all means, take a break. I think I need a break and I'll come back. I got a few more hard-hitting questions for Jim Grindle before I go play Arc Raiders all night.
Awesome. And everybody remember to think about this man in his tighty whities trying to wrestle me when I'm a young boy.
Oh, that's crazy. See you in a minute. Yes. Look at that. That's what's going on over here, Jem. You all right? You don't look suspicious at all. Testes.
Just set up my dolly.
Oh, yes. I'm trying to fix it. Don't make fun of me.
No, I'm not. I like having my dolly. I'm making fun of me.
Multiple dolls. Don't forget.
I like to go on the internet and play with my Woody.
Everybody wishes they kept theirs. I'm smart. I'm a hoarder, and
This is the strangest comment. I miss the smell of that.
Doesn't really have a smell anymore.
Though. Even the mouth feel, the chew on it. You've chewed on as
probably as a kid. I don't remember that. I did some stupid things.
I've definitely gone like.
You were a chewer of toys. Yeah,
definitely.
Give me so you don't have any more of your old toys?
No. A lot of my things were destroyed. Most of my childhood toys were burned up by a friend of mine. Yes, a friend of mine who my uncle was apparently having sex with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like 15, 16. And not only was he having sex with her, but they owned him and his friends owned those food trucks, a commissary that filled those food trucks up. And if you were to sign your truck up with his catering company, you also got to utilize this girl. And when we found this out, my friend then went and burned down the house my uncle was living in, which happened to be my childhood home, and happened to have all my toys.
It's the shits.
Yeah. And then I lost the rest in my father's divorce. And we're talking in complete set of 1994 Marvel Masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
All the holofoils, all that fucking.
Yeah, what, like 10 to 15K, like just right there in a set or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then another thing where I lost a ton of things that would be amazing. My mother's Christian witch coven, the church, back in maybe 96, were doing a massive book burning where they would just bombard their children's rooms and steal everything. My walls made your walls look like bitches. Every fucking inch had a comic book. I had first appearance of Punisher, first Lobo, fucking first Wolverine. I had comic books on these walls. Oh, and I got one more for you too. On these walls that were worth thousands and thousands of dollars now. The whole 2099 run, which they're not worth too much, but they hold such a special place in my heart. I had all of them. The Dooms, the Hulks, the Punisher, X-Men 29, all of them. The annuals. They took all of these off my walls. They stole all my CDs, all my books, and they took them in the yard and burned them. Yeah, because of the devil. and the other story I was going to tell you real quick.
It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
I also lost an entire collection of EC comics, a fucking refrigerator box. Those are the original Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Holy shit. Those are going to be going way up soon. Not to make you feel worse, but.
Oh, yeah. No, it won't, because their peak went away. They used to be worth tens of thousands of dollars now, or hundreds of thousands. Now they're worth maybe a few thousand.
They'll come back, though. It always, these waves, it may take another 20 years, but it'll come back. Yeah,
you're right. You're right about that. But you know what I just realized is my mother destroyed those with water. She destroyed my other shit with fire. She destroyed these with water because we moved somewhere and she left the box outside. It was the last thing to bring in. Mm-hmm. And she's like, we'll get it in the morning. It rained. The nerd who gave it to her because he wanted to bang her, he gave her his life collection of these valuable comics. He showed up the next morning and saw dripping pulp. And I will never forget his face. It just was pale white nerd death. The man lost everything inside. I don't think he wanted to bang my mother after that either.
Man, I mean, these are some heartbreaking stories you're giving me tonight. I'm doing the comedy show over here, and you're telling me people's comics got ruined because they were trying to bang your mom? Like, what?
Yeah, my mom also had sex with Lawrence Taylor's football team, the whole team. I cooked
The
steaks. for them.
Giants?
The Giants.
In a
But I
boxing
have
ring,
this.
folks. Sorry.
Tops 1986 or 87, and it has the gum in it. It's Fright Flicks. Obviously it's Predator. I'd be happier if it were Freddy or Jason, but this is awesome too. The gum's in there. I want to eat it so bad.
No, it's gross. Don't ever
I can
try
only
that.
imagine, but I've been wanting to eat this for a long time.
Got to keep it. It's history.
It is. I won't even open it. I mean, there could be some of the awesomest cards in there. I used to collect those. But yeah. So that's what I have left.
That's not too bad. You know, some people have literally none. I kept going. I have spurts. Let's call it that. These things come in spurts, and then I take 5 years off, come back for a solid 2 years, take another 5 years off, and then I try to sell off a bunch of stuff to make more room for new stuff. I've learned as somebody that collects things, it's not about what's valuable or what's going to be valuable in the future. Even though it's nice to know these things, it would be nice so I could have more of the things, because I'm not going to be alive forever. So I want the
No, you don't know that. Robot tech.
Right. AI, they'll put my consciousness into a Hulk Hogan doll or something, right? But you know, you have to just get what you like and what's nostalgic to you, what works for you. And that's it. That's all I do. And I can't lose with that. I mean, I got a fucking ridiculous Alexa Bliss t-shirts over here that I do wear only the wrestling shows, of course, because
who's on the shirt?
That's the goddess. This is so disrespectful that you even ask who the goddess is, but I'm going to tell you. It's Alexa Bliss. Used to be called Biscuit Butt. Went away for a while, had a kid, got married, blah, blah, blah. Now I don't talk about her as much. But, you know, she's a wrestler. Yep.
She's not the one you want to marry, though.
Not anymore. Not no more.
I did watch the Paige documentary. Is that her name? Not documentary, the movie. It was like something about the family.
Yes. I actually saw that movie as well. And I don't even watch a lot of movies the past 10 years. But, yeah, you like her?
I liked the movie. I hear she's in a pornography film as well.
Well, it was one of those like leaked things. Yeah, she was getting it on with one of the brothers of the New Day, which is was a black tag team at the time. They're still around, minus one guy. But yep, Xavier Woods was, you know, smashing it, and her boyfriend at the time, who also worked at WWE, was filming it and having mental breakdowns.
There's an extra market for that, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was a huge deal. What, 2017, 2016 or whatever? We're way past that now. Like, I've seen pictures of Jism on my championship belts. The ones I own. And not the ones I own. The ones, you know, my replica belts.
Wait, what? There's been more. The only one I've ever seen has been China and their giant clit.
Yep, One Night in China.
And no. Did you not know about? I did see that one when it came out.
X-Pac.
But did you see the one where she did Avengers or something?
Oh no, the later ones. I never saw those.
Plays like a fucking Hulk or a blue. I don't remember.
She-Hulk must be. Yeah.
Yo, that was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
I think I might have liked it too. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think I might have liked it.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
You like the big C?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanking out. Oh my goodness.
I remember a comic used to have a joke. He used to go on Stern all the time. I can totally picture him. I can't remember his name, but one of his lead jokes on Letterman one night was, yeah, you know, he had cancer before, and he's like, I licked the big C. And everybody applauds. And he goes, I also beat cancer. And that popped me so massively when I was a kid. I was like, wow, I get it.
I think I actually heard that one. Describe this guy. Stern show.
Short bald Jewish man. Had a weird family, had like a young wife and a kid getting older or some he was always on Stern in the mid 2000s, came on a few times. Supposedly he had not ringing any bells, huh?
No.
Oh, what's his name?
You lost me at short old Jewish man.
He was
bald.
Yeah, he was very and it wasn't even Dave Attell, right? But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could remember who
all I can think of is Jeff Ross, but it's obviously not him.
Nope, he had curly hair at that time.
Was who would marry him?
And he was in the movie One Too Many with your boy, Stuttering John. That's your boy, right?
I do enjoy him a great deal, and I've never seen One Too Many, and I want to because I'm a huge National Lampoon's fan.
I wonder if we're able to, if it's allowed for us to watch it live. Probably not. Like doing anything live, they don't want you to do it. They want you to record it and then post it up. Which
on Rumble, but not on I don't know where you are on.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm talking mainly YouTube. I'm trying to get over on YouTube, but there's so much noise and nonsense on here. AI channels and things. But
I'm so out of the loop on what matters anymore with streaming because it's just like, I don't know. I never really came here to be a streamer or whatever. I do enjoy talking with people on it's a different way to talk. You know what I'm saying? It's not a normal conversation. It's a bit performative. This is not exactly how we would talk at a bar. In a bar, you wouldn't account for dead air and space, so it's a little on your feet thing, and I've always enjoyed it. But never put too much thought into it. And now it's really just lost to me because I clearly don't know what to do on it. Yeah, it's a mystery.
I don't know what it is. In my real life, I don't talk at all. And to the point where it's like weird for people sometimes because I just don't say anything. And people always trying to break silence. And I'm like, here we go. But then this is it's like just freestyle. I just fucking talk about whatever I want to talk about. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm just going to do it anyway.
Because there's rules here. So we are in the confines of certain rules, and therefore we can thrive within those rules. We know what they are. But
I just need to know. They don't even know their rules.
There are no rules in a real conversation. Like, it's just people talking about, hey, look at that cloud right there. And then, oh, I saw this movie. And then, oh, by the way, did you know I once? Like, it just seems it's a circle of that. And yeah, I've always just found it hard to thrive in such chaos.
Yes. I move from one thing to another. That's kind of what I do. Like, I guess I excel at it in a way, but it's not necessarily everybody's thing. They want formatted. We're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and I can't. I'm always branching off. I try.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like how you're doing it. But like you're doing it within the rules of the live button's on. You know what I mean? I don't like talking without a live button.
Me neither. What's the point?
Does that make us crazies?
Maybe. I guess for this day and age, but I've been, again, when I started this in 2016, it was audio only. I just wanted to do a podcast. I was having phone calls with my buddies, and we were just always talking about like stupid wrestling shit and whatever, and making each other laugh. And it dawned on me one day, like, why don't I just do this and record it? And then we put it online, and I got the shit. Everybody's into this, right? It's not like we're not passionate about anything. I can get
you got your collectibles. You might as well show them.
Exactly. So I went that route. It turned into a live stream because I was pretty big on Periscope. I tell everybody this. Everybody must know. I wasn't just a small timer like I am on YouTube right now. I was actually one of the big whales on Periscope when, Isaac Happy and stuff and, all these other guys and, just bullshitting about wrestling and got a little fandom going, nothing major, but I could sustain a side thing. even financially. And I'm like, this is amazing. If I could ever turn this into, say, like what Pat McAfee's turned it into, with way less talent and way less giving a fuck, just because he was a punter in the NFL, you think I like, that's why it upsets me, Jim. And I'm not a hater, but I am like disturbed by people in the industry, the entertainment industry, that think that they're just being pushed. They call them industry plants and things, right? I don't like that.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's fucking horseshit. Like there's a lot of people.
Like, I'm better than a punter.
Exactly. Way better than that. I used to play running back and tight end when I was in high school. Poke high, 4 touchdowns, 1 game.
Yeah, I bet you I'd have been a better punter than him. I was really good at kicking that ball.
Yep.
Who's that, Jake Busey?
That's Pat McAfee, the guy I wanted to bitch about for a little bit. I'm going to just teach you a little bit.
He's kind of like a blonde Rob Saul.
You know what? Oh my God. Now I'm never going to be able to unsee it. Yeah, that he kind of does look like he always takes pictures like this. The fucking open mouth soy photos. And then he's got a raspy, terrible voice. I can go on and on and on, right? But basically, he got over as a podcaster on the Barstool Sports Day Portnoy thing, I think, his little network. Then he's been signed to WWE. Then he's all in collegiate football and now the NFL, and now has one of the biggest podcasts in the world. And the TKO, let's call them the industry bankers, right? That's what I'll call them, right? So YouTube TOS. They want to make him the next Sylvester Stallone in the movies.
Well, they're not doing a good job because I haven't heard of him yet.
You really never heard of him?
Really, never. He's not familiar in the face. Like I said, I really thought that was Jake Busey.
I love it. Thank you. That actually makes me feel a little bit better because people are always like, why do you not like him? He's pretty good. He's good. I like him. It's like, why? You know, there's just nothing going on there. He's like, he acts like a 40-something-year-old frat boy, pours beer on his face and shit. And it's like, now he's all in my life. Every time I turn on the TV, he's there.
I don't know. I think every time somebody gets a little bit of clout somewhere, there are these backers who come along, whoever they may be. Yeah, sure, it's starting to look clear who they are, but that's when it's the least clear. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. You think we're ever going to see who's on the head of the Hydra Beast? I mean, what did God say? If you knew his name, if you couldn't utter his name, or your mouth would set on fire. If you looked upon him, your eyeballs would melt out of your head. There's certain things that we're never gonna know is the story there. And these acts show up like Kill Tony. He was just like a gay guy with AIDS doing this tiny, dark, dingy fucking podcast. And now he's like the biggest production in the world. Yes, the concept deserves it. No, what? There's nothing wrong with it. Does he not have? Am I wrong? Allegedly.
Yeah, you got to say in a boxing ring, and you have to scream YouTube TOS like really loudly.
YouTube TOS. Tony Hinchcliffe does not have AIDS, or I'm not sure. He looked like that. Okay. But once you start catching the masses with something, someone's putting you up. And it's not just about money, is my point. Not just about money, because I think that show must have lost a lot, and they're only now starting to recover. You know what I mean? Make money. Must have been 10 years of putting in everything, I would say. But
I got to get your take on this. One of my favorite shows ever. And I know it's cringes everybody out. I don't care. I like
Get a Life starring Chris Elliott.
Close. I do love that show, by the way. I did watch
on Tubi now. Just showed up on Tubi.
I got to go back and watch those. I haven't seen those, God, in 30 years. But fucking the greatest TV show, The Walking Dead. Does that make you sick?
No, I've stuck around for all of it. Daryl Dixon is certainly the best of the bunch.
It is pretty good.
No doubt about that. But the final season of Walking Dead kind of pulled it together until that ridiculous ending.
Yeah.
But there was like 3 or 4 seasons. Once Negan showed up, it really went downhill for a while. Shiva, right? That's the tiger's name?
Yes.
That was my out. Everybody was like, Glenn was there out or Carl was there out. Nope. Mine was the tiger. When like 5 zombies took that fucking tiger down, I was out. I stayed, but mentally I was out.
Yep.
I read all the comics, every issue. I was there for the surprise ending, you know, when it's like, hey, guess what? We're not giving you another one. Which sucked because they would preview a months in advance. So like I had seen the alleged next issues, like Kirkman released what's to come, and it looked like some fun stories, but it was all a lie. But the best, is it the best in the world?
Think about longevity. I'll give you some points towards it. I think personally, for me, it's the best show. And I've watched a lot of fucking shows in my lifetime. It's the best show I've ever seen through to last 6 or 7 seasons. Like, if you want to say the Negan thing is you're out, even up until that point, that's a ridiculous amount of shows at that level. Like, you know, an hour drama. You know, I think they would do like 16 a year or whatever. But it was really good. And season 3 was amazing. 4 was great with the governor stuff. You know, and plus I'm into zombie stuff. So I get
the governor. Yeah, the governor stuff was pretty good. That was pretty damn good.
Peak, I think. Like when Merle's going to kill him and the whole, like, it was the beginning of the factions warring, which is like, I think the pinnacle of the show, because that's really the threat, right? The people. And then once you get over one threat, now they're just throwing threats at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. But Fear the Walking Dead kind of tried to pacify that problem by kind of keeping it focused on an objective as opposed to the adversaries.
Yes.
But then they really changed that as well. I did love, that's what I was going to ask you. Are we counting the franchise as a whole when saying it's the best, or just the flagship?
Just the flagship, because I used to argue back in the early days when I do, you know, the show or whatever, 2016, 2017, where I'm like, this is the best show I've ever seen, blah, blah, blah. And what it needs to do is turn into Star Trek, how they just have a bunch of offshoots.
Which is,
look at what's happened.
By the way, Fear the Walking Dead started out specifically with season 2, I believe it were. Well, their goal from the beginning was to become Star Trek. They were going to show the outbreak, then they were going to get to that boat, and that boat would be the Enterprise, and it would allow them then to, you know, it would be episodic. But they didn't go that route, unfortunately. I wish they did. A lot of great stuff in Fear the Walking Dead. John Dory Sr., Morgan running from one show to the next. Those were great. Morgan meeting John Dory up until the fucking death of John Dory was, to me, better than Walking Dead Prime. Alicia was going somewhere. She was primed to be the most badass female girl power character in history, and they just destroyed her legacy. Like, they ruined that character. Same as they're doing with Carol, to be honest, you know. I think personally, I think they already ruined Carol. They're kind of coming back around, but yeah, there was just so many flops that it's a good thing with Fear the Walking Dead, that it's a good thing you're not looking at the franchise as a whole, because that ending of that show was just complete ass.
Which one?
Fear,
yeah.
Fucking hard. I don't even understand how it ended. And then Morgan ran away again, didn't he?
Yep.
He just like looked at everything. They built up like this whole big story. He's like, I gotta run again. He just started running. I got friends back home. I ran away from them. I gotta go back.
Yep. All of a sudden. Yeah. And
it was weird. I didn't like that.
I watched the City one, Dead City, the past couple of times it's been out. And this latest one especially, it just feels like a fucking play. I'm watching like a play. It's not really a show. it definitely comes off more like a cringe type play. And I'm like, it just
And they destroyed everything they did with the Negan Maggie dynamic that had already been resolved. You know what I mean?
That
Like,
didn't make any sense. Yeah, they're like, why do we keep doing this?
yeah. Now it's just like, hey, you two hate each other, but might not hate each other. Go. But it's like, no, we already resolved that. There makes sense for Herschel to have animosity and feelings, you know. There makes sense for Herschel to have feelings with his mother for being okay with Negan, even. But Matt, just like how they started that series on the hillside, it was at a moment we had already passed. It was like Walking Dead ended with them two coming to a resolve. And then now this one's starting with them in a weird place that we don't quite understand.
Mm-hmm.
But they hate each other again, and things are awkward again. Wonder what's gonna happen.
And did you notice when Negan did his thing, like shortly after that, like the women took all the roles of everybody else? I think the showrunner was changed around this period or whatever. But like, I'm trying to watch this and like believe zombies are eating people and whatever. I watch things like everything, like wrestling or whatever. I don't want to be like, oh, it's fake all the time. All right, guys. It's like, no, I'm just trying to watch a show and get into it. And then the camp, the leader of every camp is a fucking chick. Like, and I have nothing against women, and there couldn't be women leaders or whatever, but it's like the zombie apocalypse. And there was one point, literally every leader of every camp was a lady. And it's like, that's not real. That is not happening.
Well,
every camp.
I was just wondering, because like, how would that happen? And maybe all the men were rapers. They were busy raping.
No, grapers. You two.
Grapers. They were graping. They were driving around with a van full of grapes, saying, "Get in my grape van." Maybe, and that's why they weren't becoming the leaders. You know what I mean? Like the women were able to gather masses more because they were more trustable, like less intimidating, less threaty. I don't know. Maybe.
I guess that's a way you could, write yourself out of it, right? You're pretty good at this. Hey,
I guess so.
I didn't think anybody was going to talk back to me about this. I thought this was a slam fucking
dunk. Well, no, those ladies deserve a little credit. They did some good stuff after Rick got blowed up in the helicopter.
That was awful too.
They really had some work to do. Like my favorite thing in writing is writing myself into a corner and then figuring out how to, like, I'm writing a puzzle for myself, and then how do I logically get the story out of this corner? They did a great job at times writing themselves out of some really bad corners they wrote themselves into, or they were produced into. I don't know.
I'll tell you, the one Walking Dead thing I didn't watch was the kids one. I didn't watch any of it. I'm like, there's no way. I might have given it a minute. I tried it for a minute or two, and I'm just like, nah.
You didn't miss anything. I tried. I had to stop because it was illogical. Oh my God, there's a zombie. What do we do to it? Do we hit it? Right. How do we, what happens here? It's like you're fucking 10 years into the game. You I get it. You live in a community, but zombie prevention is clearly a part of your curriculum. There's no doubt you grew up learning what to do when you see a zombie. You know what to do with a bee, right? Or a bear. I bet you don't live around bears, but I bet at some point your family instilled in you how to act if you ever see a fucking bear.
Play dead. Always. Lots of bears around here. They roam around the gay bars. Get it?
I was about to say, remember you're in Boston. And that's what I was going to say. Oh, different kind of bears though, huh?
Yep. Bears and twinks. Do you recognize this twink over here? I made a meme. I don't do it often, but when I do it, I go all out. Check this out.
I'm going to say no in advance because I bet you it'll be no. Nope. Don't know him.
You don't know Karmic?
I've heard of him and I've seen him. I know him now that you've said him. I thought he was. I was thinking a wrestler. I was trying to go for a wrestler. Looks like he got a little Ultimate Warrior makeup under his eye. You know, as a little boy, next to my bed, I had a picture of Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth was her name.
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew why. And I often I didn't like the man in his underpants staring at me like this. So I like put him down or turn him around, but he was there for most of my childhood. I slept with the Macho Man,
Yeah,
Randy
Macho.
Savage, and Miss Elizabeth in their underpants staring at me. I don't know. My grandparents put it there because they just thought that that's what it should be.
It's comforting having the Macho Man and Elizabeth watch over you as you sleep.
I guess I wouldn't mind having that picture again and keeping it in my room. You know what's funny about that is because they still had like the Atari in there. And like, let's say this is 87, 88, and I'm living at my grandparents' now, and they converted what used to be my father and uncle's bedroom in the 60s. So it's just a 60s room full of 60s shit, maybe a little bit of 70s tech, I guess 60s to 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to change it, they just fucking, even the TV looked like an alien television. And just to update it for a modern youth, they just let's put this Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth picture. There we go. Oh yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And it works.
Freshens things up, makes it look modern.
Indeed.
Guy, was he in the hat and the tasseled coat and everything? Or
definitely tassels?
Right? Yeah,
tassels for sure. I'm 90% positive on the hat.
Yeah, I'm tasseled out of my mind most of the time where I'm at my place. You know,
like after the show, you just put on a tassel jacket and just roll
naked underwear, wrestler underwear. It's not gear. It's not the fucking trunks. It's underwear. Mm-hmm.
Like underoos?
Yeah. Not with the slit in the front. Wrestler underwear.
God, that's not a singlet.
Nope, not a singlet. I keep the top naked for the
Just
ladies.
Bikini bottom.
That's right. I don't know where I'm going with this. I was looking for a picture, but I'm about to give up. So I'm going to ask you about this real quick. We're going to wrap this up shortly. Don't worry. Don't leave me yet. I got a few more things we must talk about here. Your origin to the Dabbleverse, was that Rob Saw? Because, you know, I used to tune in to Rob Saw. I'm DrHUGEshow in the chat. I was Dr. HUGENSTEIN.
Yeah, I know I've seen you around a lot in chats and private chats, like DMs. Like, I think you're in one of them currently that I'm in still.
Famous.
Yeah. But no, Rob Saul was not my the Dabbleverse. You see, I didn't land on the Dabbleverse. The Dabbleverse landed on me.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I unfortunately, for some, have brought you all the great and powerful rolling one quad father. BYB podcast is an offshoot of my podcast. It literally is the exact show, just changed the name. What happened was we were involved in that crowd, the compound media world, right? So Chrissy Mayer says this dabbling thing. She connects that world to the John world. And now suddenly this whole thing starts going. We're already doing our podcast, which I won't say the name of on your show. It was a naughty name. A naughty F word. And our show, which was very much kind of like you can't do that on television, but with a bunch of F words, bunch of idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have them doing bits and fun stuff, little audio plays, silly things, produced content. But this Dabbleverse stuff started happening, all the drama. So like, and we're already in the community with these same people. So now everyone just wants to focus on the drama and everyone wants to be a live streamer. And it becomes less about content. So we set up a channel we set up a plan that all the live streaming stuff is going to go on one channel. And Derek, you can run that shit because I want nothing to do with that toxicity. I want to just keep making content. And we'll have them as 2 channels, all based in the same show. We did that. We launched it with a watch along of The Shining, and then Derek changed the name to BYB. And that was that. And then I just didn't continue on. I didn't like it. Oh yeah, there was also some weird stuff with a few of the other members of the show at the time who did go on, and I'm just like, no thanks. They play
YouTube TOS,
content
right?
not good. What's that?
That's YouTube TOS?
Yes.
Right.
Well, that's the problem. They did some things against YouTube TOS one too many times, and I just didn't want to bother with it. Again, I want to make content. I'm not, if we're just going to live stream and shit talk, who cares? Let it get nuked and nuked again. But I wanted to make something real, therefore, whatever. And they wanted to play the TOS game. So there was really no reason for me to go along to that next.
And that's what I'm doing. I mean, I just watch and I observe the Dabbleverse. That's how I roll. Going? I'm not like, how is it going?
Yes.
I think it's okay. I mean, it has its peaks and its valleys, of course. Right now, it's I'm
listening. I'm doing some important paperwork, but I'm listening.
I'm a stuttering John Kevin Brennan guy as far as this whole world goes. Like, that's like my 1A, 1B. Sometimes I might rather watch MLC than John or vice versa. But if one of them are on, I'll usually put them on because I get a kick out of it. John, because of how ridiculous he is. And I think of course, it's amped up like for an act, but it's not.
Well, that's what I say. John at least seems like a show, right? Like it seems like an act, like somebody is putting on a show for the audience.
Right. He's doing that. That's how I feel. For he's definitely putting on something, but that's still him. He still believes what he believes. That's how he can get amped up for it. You know, Eric the Midget style. Like when he's got a little bit of that to him. And this is no disrespect, John. I would love to be on John's show because I listened to him and KB for years. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, there's no other reason. It's not even for my channel or anything else. It's just like,
you're a fan.
I do it, they do it. I listen to them. Why wouldn't I want to go on there and bullshit with them? I think it would be fun. But
see, that's the trick, Dr. Huge. Is that what I'm supposed to call you? I realize
yeah, sure.
Dr. Huge. That's the trick. Is to not listen to any of these shows and then you get on them.
right. I think that's how it works. Yeah.
Because I'm not to brag, not to pull a Donald Trump, but I've pretty much been on all of them.
Mm-hmm. I know that you're a celebrity. That's why
I'm a superstar. Huge.
You're like telling
me
I'm
Dr. Huge. Like, how dare you?
You want to talk about other things other than the Dabbleverse? You don't know that much. Bullshit. You were at the Big Bang of the Dabbleverse.
The Dabblecon, and so was my Woody. This is the one I kept sticking in everyone's face.
I'm gonna pull you back in, and I'm just gonna watch as an avatar in there, and I'll go. I'm just gonna stick with Jim and watch what he does out here.
Because John's kind of getting me back in because I actually like him, and everything people think I'm trolling. The whole story about have you not heard me stuttering during this broadcast at all? Have you noticed, or am I that good?
Stuttering Grindle?
Me, yeah. Have you noticed? I have stuttered multiple times during this podcast. Pulled it back. I often throw it into an inflection, but when I say this shit, I mean it. None of it is true. Yes, I know ball washing inflames the audience, but I'm performative. You know, performer versus presenter. I'm a performer. So I'm, of course, going to wash those balls extra hard, but it doesn't make it any less true. I'm a big fan of him for his interview styles, watching Stern. All that shit is embedded in my psyche, my creative id, my drive. You know what I mean? Like, that's what made me I've always been in front of a mic. Long before YouTube, long before the culture existed, I'm doing it on a cassette tape, you know, by myself in my room, VHS camera, by myself in my room, showing these things to nobody, just making shows after show after show where I'm just blah, blah, blah. For what reason? So that's probably why it's hard to look at myself with this beard now, so old and this.
You look at me. You look debonair, as they say.
I look much better in the real world. I thank you for saying that.
I mean, a little hat or something like this guy. I mean, it's a lot of bald.
I definitely need a hat.
I have a very nicely shaped head, and I don't mind showing it. Once I hit 500 subscribers, I'm showing the bald for a little bit. It's been asked for, you know.
Oh, I could tell that's a good shape. I also have a nicely shaped bald head.
And what's so disrespectful, these people out here that are clearly bald as fuck, and they got the patches and they got the things everywhere, and they're just like, nope, I'm going to keep my hair forever. Until there's one strand that I like twirl around my head, right?
Well, that's like Trump, but you got to give it to him. Even if you don't like the man, that is a fucking feat of engineering. That hair, that is the most respectable hair on the planet. It's a man who said, "Nah, fuck you. I'm not getting a belt. I'm not getting a wig. I'm not getting anything. I'm just gonna take this long rat tail from the back. And I'm gonna swoop it around and look dope."
Yeah,
and he does. Don't let anyone tell you he don't look good. That's just hate saying that. And this is coming from a man who currently doesn't like Trump. Very, very upset with him. And I don't know what's going on politically. You hear about Iran?
They're always, listen, my whole life I've been hearing about them. They're not the problem, everybody. That's all I know. And I'm not Iranian. I have to say that about like literally like
you're a fucking chameleon. You could be Iranian, you could be Puerto Rican, you could be fucking Italian. I'm leaning Latino. It's when you turn to the side a little bit, I catch a little bit.
Somebody called me a shuli the other day.
Well, I mean, it could be Jewish too, and it's just, whatever, but I haven't seen you fully to the side yet.
All right, Alt, you want to know? Does everybody want to know? You want the reveal?
Has it been told yet?
I don't think not in depth or anything. Maybe I have in passing, but yeah, I am Jamaican, Irish.
I can see that.
Irish, English, Lithuanian. Like these are for sure. And like fact jack. And
everything you just said makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah, and then Jamaican in itself, used to be like the Las Vegas of the ancient times. So I literally could be fucking anything. Lebanese, people have been saying like they think that like some people on that side of the family.
I knew a lot of Lebanese.
Look like Filipino almost. Like it's really scattered about. So I think I'm just about everybody. Again, it's like
I see where they're saying Filipino, but I don't think so.
No, not for me.
Would have
right.
It would look a bit like you, but it would be more pushed in.
Yeah,
Filipino.
It's just the Jamaican look, I guess. It
is Jamaican. You nailed it.
So
you nailed it.
Unmixed. Right.
Genetics nailed it.
And that's why I can relate to Kevin Brennan too. I mean, I grew up in like Boston, and I'm around a lot of Irish Catholics. What can I say? I get it, but I get the angst even at his age and how he is annoyed by everybody, because I'm the same way. I think I'm annoyed. I don't think nobody played by the rules my entire life except me, and it's frustrating. And I think that's his. Even the sorcerer said that's like basically his main thesis about Kevin Brennan is you're a rules guy, and everybody else isn't doing it, and they're fucking you over, and you're upset about it. And people are like, what's wrong with him? Well, you just don't play by the rules. And it's like, no, you play by the rules. Like I'm not going to change. You change.
Maybe that's why when I do see some clips, I kind of get Kevin Brennan. Like his raginess, where it's like not quite curmudgeon. You know what I mean? There's something there, and I kind of connect to that a little bit. And I think that's what you just said it. See, there was some of the stuttering, by the way. You just said it. It was you play by the rules. These are rule players. I am very much a play by the rules guy, but I think it's that psychopath, sociopath, whatever, where it says, or narcissist that says, I play that by the rules because then when you break the rules, I have no rules.
Mm-hmm.
But don't know. Psyche's a fickle thing, huh?
Yep. Well, it works in with the wrestling story, right? Once you get bloodied, you feel you've been wronged, even if you may not have been. Your emotions will take over because, right? And that's kind of like the rule breaking. Some people get pissed off and they want to break the rules, right?
Rampage Jackson or his son or somebody, something. What's that called when they do that to you?
A felony?
No, no. When they do something to intentionally fuck you during the work, where they kind of like,
they're just basically going into business for themselves. That's what.
That's not the one I heard. There was a really great phrase, and I wanted to use it. Ever since I learned kayfabe,
get over on somebody.
No, it's not get over. There's a word. It's like he gave you a receipt.
A receipt, yes.
You give them the receipt when they do something.
Somebody potatoes, like me and Jim are wrestling. I potato him by accident, and he's just like, "Listen, I'm gonna have to give you one back now." That's a receipt.
Okay. Kayfabe, though, is my favorite wrestling phrase that I've heard. I learned it I learned it from Ski Mask, I think.
Oh, R.I.P. Ski Mask, and you know what? Yeah, and R.I.P. Kayfabe too. Let's do it properly.
What's that mean? Is it kayfabe a person?
Kayfabe means
I know what it means to break face, like to break heel, to break your act. Like you don't break kayfabe.
Is like the act.
Yeah, to keep your act. Kayfabe is your act. But is it a person too? Because you said R.I.P. kayfabe. No. Okay.
No, R.I.P. because there is no more act. It's like WWE puts out fucking shows on Netflix called Unreal, and they literally show you everything behind the scenes. I mean, they guide it, of course, in their own way. Like nothing's real out here. But
how do you feel about that? I think that's
the worst thing in the world. It's the worst. It's the fucking shits. I've been screaming about it for the past year on this show.
It's the shits.
It's beyond stupid because, and they say, well, everybody knows, right? Everybody knows pro wrestling's work and it's not a big deal. It is a big deal because you want people believe even a little bit, even if they're young. It doesn't matter. You want these people going, well, we know it's fake, but this seems real, right? And now they've just given it all up. They're like, yep, don't worry about it.
All the blood was for back in the day to make you feel it's real. Look, fake or not, you can't deny the athleticism of these people. I think it's an extreme athletic sport. Although talking about JCW earlier, knowing that there's guys like Violent J who wrestle, I'm not going to say that about the Shaggy Two Dope because he's actually a good fucking wrestler.
He broke his neck twice. How is he a good wrestler? Is he good now?
Oh, he keeps going with that broken neck. He wrestles with that broken neck. Yeah, he's like a Rey Mysterio type wrestler. He does all these like weird flippy moves where he will like jump and wrap around your neck type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does those. I enjoy those kinds of wrestlers.
Yeah,
especially the ladies seem to do a lot of that now. Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite. Don't get me going here.
And what's the stuff I see now? Also, like they're feeding each other their boobs and like getting really sexual. Is this real stuff or is this something else?
That's mainly the indies. Like wrestling is so big now. It's literally every night of the week. There's a show. I'm not even kidding. Monday through Saturday, and then there's pay-per-views of all these different promotions. Once a month, twice a month in some cases. So it's on every night, and there are indie wrestlers. I've got a bunch of clips. I don't know where they are, but they'll scream, "You want to taste the tuna?" and pull their tampons out and put them in each other's faces. Yep, they'll do. One guy
absolutely not
kissed another man's crotch a few years back. There's some things going on.
We've seen Bruno and Borat, whatever, balls in the face. I mean, that's one thing, but pulling out your tampon and saying want to taste the tuna, that's just, can you smell what the Rock is cooking? That's taking that way too far.
It was bad. And then she got signed to NXT shortly after that. NXT, sorry, I'm losing my breath thinking about the tuna. But yeah, she got signed to WWE basically. Then she's been released. Now she's back on the indies, you know, giving people a taste.
Well, I hope she stays there. Did she try her tuna talk over in the WWE, or would they like keep your tampon in your fucking pants?
It was very weird. It was such a different gimmick, but now she's kind of stolen it. She's got like orange hair and a big butt. It's you know, it's a whole thing. The way that the WWE does it now with the ladies anyway, they just grab every style of hot chick that you can find on the planet. Like whatever you're into, Jim, they're gonna have a wrestler that's probably one of your favorites, even though she sucks in the ring. Get it?
Yes.
Yes.
I get it, and I'm with it.
And this is my favorite. Thank you very much. I mean, that's why I'm still kind of paying attention. You know,
you're only watching because of that booty right now, right?
So that's a major factor. Yeah, sure. It can hook you. You know,
I mean, it's understandable.
Right, Cody Rhodes, who's the #1 guy in the business. You remember Dusty Rhodes?
I do. There's multiple of them, right? He's part of a family.
Remember Goldust, the androgynous wrestler? Yep. He was
Rhodes.
He was the older brother. And then Cody right now is as big as John Cena. He's Hulk Hogan right now, the past like 5 years or so.
Go fuck
I
yourself.
feel like his name is around. You said you're about 40 years, so you're roughly my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see, I tell people I willed this beard. That's why my hair's not fucking gray. I just look way older in the face than I am. I thought it would be cool, like a superhero. I regret it. I really regret it.
Trust me, most of the wrestlers are older than both of us. So,
but I'm just saying, you don't look like an old man like I feel right now.
Because I don't act like one. I don't feel like one.
And your hat's backwards. And I'm wearing I'm wearing my glasses up. You've got them down. You're being smart.
Yeah, well, I'm part Jamaican. I mean, didn't you hear the George Carlin, bit about wearing hats backwards? Like Shuley and all these other guys out here, you don't wear your hat backwards. Stop that.
That's for Bart Simpson and Jamaicans. You know what's funny? You're Jamaican. All day I've been running around going Bumble Cloud. Literally, I'm not even kidding. I've been walking. I haven't said that in forever, and for some reason, I woke up thinking Bumble Cloud.
It's my aura coming for you.
I guess so.
We did put people's heads on spikes, and we dabbled in, spirits. So you never know.
Some spooky shit.
And then we yeet. Yeet. Come on, Paladin, my guy Paladin out here. He's one of the goats, the only mod that will ever be modded. Yeet. Come on, you want to yeet with us? This is what we do in the wrestling world right now.
Is this how you yeet?
Well, you can do it with two hands. I can't because I have to yeet over here, so I can only do one hand. This is not white power stuff, anybody, if you think that's what this is. This is yeet. Let's go. Ready? And do it in unison or else like to the beat. Like imagine there's like a rap song playing in your head. Yeet. That is the weirdest yeeting I've ever seen in my life. You got to make your arms straight. Come on, bro. Yeah, that's it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeet. Then we do this. And the crowd goes fucking out of their minds, and then we go G.
I have my feet up. They're like, so I'm kind of like
you're doing it though. That's exactly how you do it. Thank you. Half my guests won't ever yeet with me. They were all like, no yeet.
I have respect for the places I'm in. This is your house, buddy. I would never disrespect it. Oh, that's enough, Paladin Alduin.
He's like, come on, more. Oh,
no, he said enough.
Oh, you want to know? Right.
He's like, never. I wish I never asked for that.
Yep, that's how we do it over here. Every week we run it back. Yeeting for life. I got the Yeet T-shirt. I'll show you that one of these days. We got to get you back here because I got way more to talk about, but I also have food to eat.
Sounds good. What are you eating?
It's probably a sandwich. I'm a sandwich king around.
I had sandwiches for dinners. Actually, no. I didn't eat. We bought sandwiches for dinner, but instead I just got 2 meatballs out of the fridge, and that's all I've eaten today. I'm an intermittent faster. You wouldn't tell with these big fat titties if I were to show you them, but you wouldn't tell. You wouldn't tell with these
BFTs.
juicy plumpers. Actually, they don't look so bad when I'm doing it like that. It doesn't look like
Exactly.
there's that much action happening. I'm telling you, there's juicy plumpers under here. I'm getting aroused with what I'm doing.
Okay, all right, we gotta go.
They're definitely juicy.
But I definitely have more stuff to talk. We gotta talk about this guy over in AEW. That should wake you up, and everybody else.
The Illuminati.
Give you a little preview next time Jim comes on. Maybe a little Howard Stern talk.
What's he have against Vanilla Ice? That guy, though.
Were you a Howard Stern fan back in the day?
Oh, huge. I grew up only listening to Howard Stern. Again, that's why I'm not bullshitting. Like, as far as it knows, I listen, in April, I'm about to be hanging out with John. And I am through the moon with excitement. Because
nice.
This is what I don't understand, what people don't fucking realize. The man is a literal fucking legend. I don't care what you have to say about him. Like, what your thoughts are about him. How can you deny that he's a legend? Like, in my notes for the book, one of the chapters, though, because that was the joke, I'm writing it with Chad Zumach. He's anti-John, so we got to write a chapter all about John. Like, and it's going to be a chapter. That's my joke at Chad, is writing a glorious chapter about John, because what else can you do? But the notes literally say, don't need any notes here because he's a fucking icon. You know what I mean? This man's a legend. This chapter writes itself. And it's that simple. So, like, this is what I don't get. And what happened to the idea that somebody who was literally a rock star, Stern Show, fucking Tonight Show, he had this career, and now he don't give a fuck? Do you really think, like, if he was thirsty or desperate, he would be getting something else? You know what I'm saying? He'd be doing some other thing. He is happy exactly with what he's doing. When did that stop becoming punk rock? You get what I'm saying? When did that stop being cool? Because it seems like John's pretty cool to me, I gotta say.
Again, yeah, I find him super entertaining. I get it. And,
we've all got flaws. I'm sure he's got some too. We've all got them.
Mm-hmm.
We're all shit, okay? But it's the ones who point out your shit who are the shittier shits.
Exactly. Right. Doesn't need pointing out. I think everybody pretty much points it out on their own, you know? Yeah. And look at this, Jim. We did a whole 2 hours, 0 clips. Who else does that but us and Stuttering John, right?
That's right. That is right, sir. I mean, I pride myself on not clipping. I can't believe we talked more about wrestling than the Dabbleverse. Like, we actually, you see, this is why, sir, Dr. Huge, you should be huge in your world, because you just sat here for 2 fucking hours talking wrestling mostly with a person who has 0 interest or practically any knowledge of wrestling.
I trained myself over the years to do this. Because
you're a good one. You're a good one, you.
Thank you. Even the people that don't like wrestling on the show, they come on and they'll end up talking about, because it is a thing. It's like,
show me that butt again. How could we not talk about it?
It's a massive thing in the just like pop culture world, how it works. It really has a part in all of it, and everybody should know, even as ridiculous as it is, and everybody they're giving up all the goods as far as the kayfabe. That's over with, right? That's what people tell me all the time, because I'm the bitter old man that goes online and is like, it was better in my day, and why can't they just do this and be a little edgier and just, act like adults are watching, because we are. We're the ones paying. I know the kids are around, but who do you think's paying for all this shit? And you wouldn't believe. We'll get into it more. The prices on this have just they've gone crazy with it. But they priced the old Dr. Huge out. Now I can't buy any more toys for another year or 2. But
you got enough. It's enough.
I got to try to fit them up my ass later. Triple H, you're going up my ass later. Just letting you know, buddy. Pulling you right out the box.
Listen, you have the Hillbilly Jim thumb wrestler?
I used to.
That one, I think I still have him somewhere. I think I do.
Please find him if you can. I used to have the Sheik, Roddy Piper.
I had the Sheik for oh, I had Piper. I think I had all. I think Hulk is the only thumb wrestler I didn't have. I think, but I may have.
Yep. We're gonna have to compare collections and things and do a show and tell one of these days. But you're coming back. Don't say no. You can't get away.
I say yes already. Look, we went 2 hours. I don't even notice it.
Cool. Yeah, we're the best.
I'm already ready to end my own show an hour and 10 minutes into it. So like, yeah, I could have done another hour. You're a lovely gentleman. It's the hat. You give me in the you just I feel like I'm just chilling with Bart Simpson.
Thanks. Who was the dog that rode the skateboard? Yeah, I'm more like him, I think.
I agree. Yeah. You definitely seem like that guy.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on again. Follow Jim Grindle. Where can we find you? Do your plugs, right?
Oh, I guess at Official Rangoon on YouTube is where we're starting anew. We have a monetized larger channel at Damian J. Rogers where you can look at old stuff. That's our little network. But we much like what we did with the old BYB story I told before, we're just trying to consolidate and only do quality. I get too wrapped up in the streaming shit. You keep you keep drawing me back in, and then this guy doesn't suck, and then it's like, oh, next time now I gotta. If you fucking sucked, it would have been so great, because then I could be like next time, like, nah, I'm I got my children are dead.
Wash your hair.
My children are dead. I can't do the show.
That's what I tell people. I washed my hair that night. Sorry,
I murdered my grandparents. I can't do the show.
That'd be like, oh, thank God. Yeah. Well, again, you've been great. I think more podcasts will be great. I'm going to have more of the Dabbleverse people on. The reason why I do this, of course, is I'm trying to lure the pro wrestling people and the people that like comedy and things into this. Because, again, the Dabbleverse is pro wrestling to me. There's a different level of it. Of course, it's mostly streaming wars and the drama and stuff. But there's baby faces, there's heels.
Yeah, buddy, you're gonna love my book. Chad Zumach had nothing to do with this book, because I make that very point. Literally, I lay it out exactly how wrestling and heels fakes. The fucking subtitle is literally. Sorry, I know we're like ending here.
That's fine.
Hold on. I got like 80 things going on here right now. The subtitle is literally it says heels fakes and all around heels, faces, fakes, and all around no good jerk off type people or something. I don't know. It's not up right now, and I don't want to waste your time by waiting for a file to open. I don't have it out. Damn it. But yeah, it right in the subtitle, it mentions the wrestling terms. There's a whole little section where it explains that. So you're right. And the two audiences they like the juggalos. That's why you'll find a lot of juggalos in the Dabbleverse. And despite the hatchet man on my arm, I'm not a juggalo. That's just for a daddy. It actually, I want to get it removed because it looks like a fucking swastika, like from a distance.
Oh no!
Like it freaks me out. I'm like, these people think I'm a Nazi, and then I'm like, well, it's better than them thinking I'm a juggalo.
It could be. Yep. I grew up with so many juggalos. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I've been to juggalo shows. Again, we got to talk Cottonmouth Kings next time. Yep.
Yeah. I used to call them Cali F words, but I've been to hundreds of those shows. It was like the Grateful Dead of our generation, kind of. My opinion.
Wow.
Like the psychedelic crowd that followed these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Yep. Get some notes together. We're doing it hardcore. I have notes. I have last take. I have notebooks like this, like literally boxes full. Like I'm a maniac. Like I'm the guy in Seven that writes in the notebooks and like stashes them away. Because imagine if something comes of this and I literally have like years and years and years of notes. Actually, I think that would be pretty cool. I'll start a Dr. Huge museum, all that other stuff. All right, everybody, have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Good game. GG's, Jim. We'll talk to you as well. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Hit all the buttons. I need the button hitting. Fucking get to work, people. Come on.
I already hit it. Why haven't you guys?
Bye. See ya.
So go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Seriously.
Oh, jeez, she's got.
Go. Literally go.